Welcome to another day at Sanded and Branded. We got a really busy day ahead of us, but before we get started, our epoxy station is a mess. So Brian decided that he wanted to make a shelf to get stuff a little bit more organized. So we found some scrap wood in the shop. We have a little bit here and there. And he started to cut it out on the table saw, with Becca assisting, of course. Brian is the king of having a problem and finding a solution. Then he went ahead and cut out the supports for the shelf. Measure twice, cut once, right? Isn't that what they say? Anyway, here we are installing the supports for the shelf. And then up it goes. Easy as that. While they were working on the shelf, I had a conference call with a customer, just taking down some information on a new order that they wanted. I love doing conference calls. Can you tell? And as soon as I got done with my conference call, Brian was already decorating his shelf and getting everything organized while Doug was supervising, I guess. And there it is. So now the shop crew was ready to get started on work. So they started with a couple different epoxy projects on the epoxy table. Here you see Brian laying out a slab for a through river table, while Doug went ahead and started mixing up the epoxy for it. You can see him here doing that. And they've got the epoxy poured, and he is using a hot gun to put the swirls into the epoxy before it dries. I had a couple projects I had to work on myself, so we're going to go ahead and install music into some of our mini music boxes. So here you see I've put the music in the box. And I'm going to fast forward through some of this so that the video won't be quite so long. But here I'm putting the winding key into the bottom of the box. This is where you'll wind it to hear the music play. And I'll go ahead and do this with the rest of the minis and get them secured into the box. With hundreds of designs and over 50 song choices, there are just so many options available. Then I had some cutting boards that needed to be oiled up to get ready to get shipped out. Here's one with our dock design and another one with our motorcycle design. And I found the guys out in the shop kind of just messing around. So, of course, I pulled Rick in to start together the velvet cushioning for our ring boxes. So here I am installing the cushioning into one of our ring boxes. And just to give you kind of an idea of what they look like, here's a ring in the box. Sorry, lady that gets the guitar box, you didn't actually get the ring with your order. Brian was finishing one of the ends on one of the clocks that we almost have finished. And you can see him here with the blowtorch. And I was getting some of our merch packed up. We have lots of different shirts available with some of our signature designs on them. So if you're interested, please go to our website and order a shirt for yourself. We have them in tons of different sizes and designs, and they come in black and in gray. This Tree of Life one here is our signature design. It's one of my favorites. And here's the finished clock that Brian was working on earlier. It's done in ambrosia maple wood with an epoxy through river. Isn't it just absolutely beautiful? I think this is one of my favorite clocks that we've done so far. And that's it for today, guys. Have a great day.